I want to play something we heard from Donald Trump yesterday, just before the trial picked back up.
Michael Cohen is a convicted liar, and he's got no credibility whatsoever. He was a lawyer, and you rely on your lawyers. But Michael Cohen was a convicted liar. He was a lawyer for many people, not just me. And he got in trouble because of things outside of what he did for me.
That was an interview with a local news station. It seems like a potential additional violation of the gag order. We're still waiting on the judge's decision on that gag order. But he did have an interaction with Trump's lawyers yesterday in the gag order hearing that gives you a sense of where his head's at, Kelly, right? He told Judge Merchan, you are losing all credibility with the court. That moment, Lisa mentioned, stood out to all of us who were following along with the proceedings. How unusual is it to have a judge say that to a lawyer in a hearing like this? And what do you think he's going to do?
This is the first time I've ever heard it. I mean, it's key as a lawyer. You advocate for your client, but you need to be credible. You need to come across as being credible and advocate for your client at the same time. So the fact that the judge said this is very, very powerful, because usually when you make arguments, you have case law. You have something to support your argument. And the judge was asking him, what case law do you have this? What do you have to substantiate your position? And he didn't have that. And the fact that the judge said it is very powerful, and it could change the case.
Do you think that the judge is going to punish Trump?
Well, the judge is going to look at the judge's order and see exactly what the judge's order says, and see, in fact, based on the posting, if he violated the order, and then the state has not asked for him to be incarcerated just for monetary damages. So potentially the judge could fine him $1,000 per post.
All right, we'll see where that ends up. Meantime, Christy, what will you be watching for as court resumes tomorrow?
So David Pecker's back on the stand tomorrow. One of the pieces that came out in the prosecution's opening, but we haven't gotten to it in his testimony yet, is the fact that after these payments were made from AMI to Dino the doorman and to Karen McDougal, after the election, they were released from their NDAs. That is critical because, again, what was the purpose of these hush money payments? Just to make a hush money payment? It's not illegal, right? But to do it to influence the election, that's what and when they're above certain limits, that's what makes it an illegal campaign contribution. So the fact that these were for the purpose of the campaign is critical. And when you have these NDAs being released right after the election saying, okay, go ahead, talk as much as you want now, it's very clear what the purpose of the payments were. It was for the campaign. Like, you look at the John Edwards case, right, where there was an acquittal on hush money payments. There were hush money payments there being made after the election. That's part of why he was acquitted, because they couldn't show that it was for the purpose of the campaign. Here, this kind of evidence from Pecker will be huge.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. Lisa Rubin, Kelly Hyman, appreciate you both. Christy, you're going to join us again in just a moment.